Okay. Sorry, people. Third time's a charm. So if you just starting, welcome again. If you're okay, I think it's working now. So hi Kim, hi Danielle, hi Penny, everybody. So now I'm the right way. I was trying to, yeah, hi Kim, yeah, I know, really. So I just colored those this afternoon. So typical Christmas color, I do a lot of usually blues. I'm not a big red fan, but a lot of people are, so that's why I still do it, traditional colors. So a little bit of green, a little bit of red, and I have a white bunny, a gray squirrel, and a little red fox. So I'll just put that aside, and I'll show you a little bit the way I do it. I have this is just I had a piece of it's a Nina, 80 pounds, and so what I did is sorry there. Oh, and I'm upside down again. Oh my gosh, incredible. Okay, I think it's the worst day for that, so should be fine now, and we'll move a bit. The one time you don't do a test, and obviously nothing works. So there we go. Anyway, so I cut those it's all from the same piece of paper. Yeah, no, is that what it is? I'm completely screwing up today. And let's do that again. Okay, I think I'm good. So I'll stop moving around. I think you're going to be sick really soon. So basically what I did is I take the same piece of paper, and then I cut them any which way. So right now, obviously I have little pieces of everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to color all the same, the red of all three, and the same colors, so like that it's all done, and it's going to be a little bit quicker, so I can actually show you the process of making the tags. Hi Elizabeth, hi Pat. Okay, I missed a lot of comments. Hi. Thanks, Kim. And also, I don't know if you use. Okay, cool, Kim. I don't know if you use a mask to put over your character when you color them, but I hate using scissors. So every time I do, I keep all of my little mask and I stick it on the stamp set, so that I don't lose them, and I know I know where to find them when I need them. So anyway, I'll start because usually it takes me a lot of time to color it. So what I'll do is I'll just start with the lightest color for now. So I start with the bunny has a lot of white, and I'm gonna do also the book on the little fox and the stripe on the squirrel. So I have W3, W1, and W00. So I'll start with the W3, and I uncap all of the one I'm using at the same time. So for the fox, oh Kim, I don't know if I'm organized like I try to be, but when I'm doing a video, I try to be more organized than what I just showed. So I start with my dark color, so W3. W1 is next. So I'm just basically what I did is with my W3 is I just did the shadow, because his tail is actually behind him and the book and everything. So, and just the tip of his tail is white. So that's what I'm doing. But white doesn't mean that there's actually no color. You're still gonna have like shadow and everything. So right now it looks like there's a lot of color because the whole image is white, but it should be fine. I'll just try to do something. Okay. So what I'll do now, I'm done. Oh, and I also have his book that I want to do in white. So behind his paws, obviously that would cast a shadow on the book. So I'll just put a little bit of W3. I'm back with W3 at the bottom, on each edge here of the book, and on the other side at the bottom. You still don't want to put too much color on your page, because you want it to look white, not dirty. And you can always add more color after. It's like if you put salt when you're cooking. If you put too much salt, it's a lot harder to fix than if you don't put enough. Yeah, Kim, it's Nina. It's actually the paper, like I think you were selling them in 10 pack, like 10 sheets. So I got I think it was 100 or 110, and the 80, this one is the 80 pound Nina cardstock. And sometimes to smooth your blending, like especially on white, that's a colorless blender. So yeah, I love cooking too. I like doing dessert and everything like that. I actually followed the pastry course like 1.5 years after I retired. So my little fox's white part are done. I'm gonna go to the little bunny. So my little white bunny. So what I'm gonna do is under the scarf, obviously it's gonna be darker because it's hiding his body. The same thing on this side, and I'll put like kind of a line. It shows the roundness of him. His little leg, like they're so tiny. There's gonna be shadow from his body and under his feet, and on the side of his arm like that. I'll do a set just right after I'm done with the blending. And also, I don't, like I could have done like the whole body in one shot, but I don't like doing that because it is easier to blend when it's wet. So I prefer going back and forth, and then it's just easier because everything is like doesn't have time to dry. And if, like in this case, I know I'm gonna use the stencil on top of it, so if I go a little bit out of the line, it doesn't matter. And right here, I'm going back with my colorless blender, like same thing that I did with the little fox. So like that. And now I'm gonna do his little face. And you can see the scarf is actually over his, like his chin, so it's gonna be darker here. Same thing like on the other side. I'm gonna do the same kind of line I did, because what happened is the light is hitting on this side, so it gives a little bit of shadow like that. Behind is here it's gonna have a little bit darker, the top, and that ear is kind of like in behind, and under his little nose it's gonna cast a little shadow. So now I'm just like extending the blending. And now I'm at W00. And like I said, like when I started, it looks like it's very dark because there's absolutely like really no other colors, but it's gonna like it's gonna make sense at the end. So that's the white done for him. And the third one, my little squirrel, what I'm gonna do is just his stripe I did in white. So the edge of his body, because it's round, it goes away, so it's going to be darker. So I'm just putting it on each side and doing the same W1, and then I'm back to W00. Like that. So that should be most of the white, or so I'll just come back. So now I can cap all my pins. And then what I'll do is I'll go and do the little fox. And to me, fox for some reason are red. So the color I use is E19, E07, YR18. Oh, thanks, Kim. YR14 and YR12. Sometimes if the area is too small, I won't use all 5 colors. There's just not enough room. But if I like his face is actually quite a large area, I will use all 5 colors. And it sounds more complicated to use more colors, but actually it does help, because what's going on is that the colors are so close to each other that's a lot easier to blend at this point. So I'm starting with E19. So yeah, here you go, you can see it. So behind his body it would be darker, and at the bottom also. And I'll do his little feet at the same time. So his feet at the bottom is going to get E19, E07. So I probably won't put all the colors on his feet. There's like not much area. So E07 extending, but see how they're colors that are really close together, but it does make it easier to blend. After that, I'm go YR18. Beautiful like dark orange. So extending his feet once again. And since like I'm doing a live video also, I try to use blend that works good, so I don't have to go over it like more than once. So that's YR14. Doesn't that name like makes you want to have a Sunday or something? And I'll finish with YR12. So also finishing his feet. And his little tail. So the blending is like halfway decent here. And I actually went out of the line. Like, I know I say it doesn't really matter, like, because I'm gonna add stencil and stuff like that on top, but I'll still show you how I fix mistake. So what I do is I take my colorless blender and I just go under it and I push, like I put the tip of it till like it almost not there anymore. And really quickly, I take my heat gun, it's gonna be noisy, and I dry it right away. Because if you don't dry it, what's going to happen? It's just gonna come back at you. So you like this one, like actually it went really well, but sometimes like you have to do it a few times. But you can like correct a lot of mistake that way. And see here, like it was out of the line, but now like it's just fixed like that. So it doesn't take much. And you can fix pretty much any color. I can fix like red, dark, like black or whatever. So I continue with that's okay. Today I'm just think I'm a stress ball. I'm dropping everything. So that's E19. I'm doing his little like paws like that. And I'll do like every second color just because it's not very big. So YR 18. And YR 12. Yeah, Pat, like I always have my heat gun. Like when I moved, I couldn't find my heat gun and I was freaking out. Like it just sounds so funny when I say to people like, if I color with Copic, I need my heat gun. Doesn't make sense, but hey, it works. So that's his little paw. And I'm gonna do his face now. So again, start at E19. So I'm gonna do around his face, because the, like obviously the around the face is gonna be darker because it's more away since it's like a circle shape. Like the start of his ear, because it's kind of hidden by his head, and the sun is kind of coming this way. And his nose is gonna cast a shadow. So, and then start E07. No problem, Pat. Like I discovered this technique like for the heat gun to like fix mistake. When I very first started, what happened is I had really crappy paper. I didn't know about it, and I would, like the paper would just soak it and it would spread all over. So I had to fix so many mistakes that I found that trick, I think, just by luck. And now I know the importance of, it looks like he has a mustache, eh? Yeah, I know the importance of really good paper. After that, YR 18. And extending once again. Hey, Sharon. Who's singing? I think I missed something. Okay. So YR 14, the caramel color. Imagine some people are being paid to like find names for colors, like pink colors or any like stuff like that. Wouldn't it be a fun job? Oh, the fox singing. Okay. Sorry, I was something else. The tip, Sharon. Oh, it was to erase mistakes. Don't worry, I'm probably gonna make other mistakes, so I'll do it again. I use like the colors blender and heat gun, which is not usually traditional to fix errors. Okay. So we have our little fox, well, is for anyway, is done. I'll do his ears and his mouth, I think. First, I'm just gonna clip all my pens, markers. So for the nose, I have two of my little furry friends that have dark noses, black noses. So I start with my W9. Yeah, Kim, it's so much fun. I like the way that, like, I can't remember the term you use, but it has to, the two words have to start with the same letter. That makes for so much, like, fun. a little bit of W9, to that W7. And if you go over like the round part, like the circle in the middle of the nose, it doesn't matter. You can always like bring it back with a white gel pen. Okay, alliteration. Oh my gosh, I can't say that properly. So yeah, so now I'm at W5 and just like completing it. And like I say, see, there's not much white anymore in it, but it doesn't matter. We'll just cheat it. There you go. So their noses are done for those two. What we gonna do after, I think we're gonna do, oh, I forgot his poor little ears, my fox. So that's R22, light red, like almost pink. And R20. I do usually my people cheeks, I use R20. It's a nice light pink. There you go. And let's do their mouth since I'm in the red. So I'm gonna have, it's R59, my first color. R29, R24, and R22. Hi, Gita. I'm not sure, like, I'm probably like completely ruining your name, but hi, welcome. So what we're doing is like crazy little tag. And after that, whoops, and I have like, if there's like hair, it's my cat. He has to follow me like a dog everywhere. So yeah, for the mouth, I'm gonna do the same way for all three. So I'm starting with my R59, and the part that's not the tongue, basically, I'm gonna like basically just fill it like that because it's very dark. Just easy peasy like this. I'm gonna do the same for all three little guys. And you're gonna see the bunny's gonna start to take shape. Like, he won't look so gray. Okay, so all three, the back of their mouth are done. And let's do R29. What's going on, Sharon? Hi, Carrie. Thanks. So I like to put, like, he has a very big tongue, and we see it all over. So I'm trying to put like, you know, that like kind of line that we have in our tongue. So it's gonna be like a little bit darker where it's kind of hidden by the mouth at the top, at the bottom. So that's why I'm putting darker there, and I'm putting the line in between. Right now, after that, R24. So extending the line just like I've been doing since I started there. And I'm gonna finish with R22. So just gonna fill it. And see, we kind of lost the line, but we just go back with it. I'm actually gonna go with R59 because I know it will show. So like that. And I'm not too keen, like I think my blending is a little bit like, needs a little bit more, so I'm just coming back. That's R24. And then R22. Just to make sure that I have a good blend. There you go. So that's, the fox's tongue is done. Oh my gosh, and I forgot his little, like the bottom of his body. So, whoops. E19. Hi, Sheila. Yeah. And this one, it's so small, I will skip. So YR18, I do every second one, so 3 colors there. And YR12. Okay, so it types like, it's like you have a ghostwriter, right, Sharon? So, and see, like, so he's done for now till we do the, so we're gonna do the squirrel's mouth. So same thing, R29. I won't put the line into him. R24 and R22. And also another like good tip, like to be able like to blend well, if your crayon, not your crayon, but your markers are really like they're full, they're really juicy or whatever you want it, it does make it so much simpler to blend. So the little squirrel didn't take much time either to do. And let's do the little bunny. She like his whole but like lower part of his face is under a scarf kind of deal. So like that. And there we go. So all three mouths are done. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the rest of the red. So I'm gonna do a scarf. I'm gonna start. That looks so funny. Thanks. So I'm starting with the R59 again. So on the edge, it's gonna be like more away. So I'm gonna put darker here, and obviously under the other part of the scarf, it's gonna be darker also. So extending with R29. Like that. I hope I'm not hiding too much with my hand. R24. And the bottom of the scarf I'm gonna do green, so that's why I'm not going like lower than that. And I'm gonna finish with R22. I could go to R20, but right now that's what I feel like. So we have a scarf done. What we have to do is we're gonna do the shirt of our squirrel. The fox, I decided not to do his shirt in red because he's already like very orangey, so it would be just too much red. So here under his face is darker on the side of his arm, but also in here is arm that's tiny here, and is the two sides, and the bottom of his shirt here. The middle is going to be white with a green band, unless you want to see something else. But I'm not drawing a rainbow with a funny face on him, that's for sure. Imagine like drawing like ugly t-shirt, like ugly Christmas sweater, right? Does anybody like buy those sometime? I know my husband did one time and it didn't fit him, so I had to wear it. Oh my gosh, it was, yeah, ugly. That's the word. That was R24 and R22. So, and I don't know if you can see, but there's like gummy kind of parts. You can actually like erase those also, and actually you really erase them with a white like eraser. The only thing is you have to wait till they're really dry, because otherwise you're going to smear it all over the place and you're going to want to cry. I know, I've done that before. You have a contest at work? About what? Okay, what I'm going to do, the only red that I have left, or a little bit, is the bunny's nose and inside of his ear. So R22. And R20. And because he's white, R20 is actually kind of dark. So what I do is I use my colorless blender, that's my 0. And I just go like tip to tip, and I have like a little bit of R20 on the edge of my marker. And then I just get a really, really, really light color here. And it doesn't damage the points or anything. You just like rub it till it's the proper color, because you can do that from one color to another, or the colorless blender or whatever. So now like it's a really light color. So what we're gonna do is green. So let's finish the little bunny. So I have R29, R28, oh, what? It's not the R, it's G29, G28, G24, and G21. So I'm starting with the G29. So on the edge of his scarf, the darkest, and I'm G28. Thank you, Pat. Well, that's the thing, like the bunny looked like really kind of grayish, like when he was only him with color, but the more you add, the more like it makes sense. Hi, Allison. How you feeling? Actually, how's everybody doing? So that's his little scarf. Like the bunny is pretty much done. I have like that's just a white gel pen, so you can put in there. What I like to do is I take a Copic multi-liner, any like multi-liner that works with Copic is great, and I just make his eye really black, and then I can put like the white dot in it. And I have that wonderful like glitter pen jelly roll at one of the Shop the Box. Actually, it was a pack of 2. It was like Kim had them, and it's so sparkly. So I'm just like going over the line, but it's incredible in real life. I don't know if I can show you. Like it's all sparkly and stuff. And it was so cheap. I can't believe it. So yeah, I can go like for the fall retreat also. Like it's gonna be so much fun. So what I'm gonna do right now with the Stardust gel pen is awesome. So what I'm gonna do is I just gonna go under like the line there. So it's like his line is green. So I started with G29. Now I'm going to G28. Because the center of his body is going to be lighter, because it's the one that's closest to us basically. So G24 next. And I did the Stardust gel pen, but I only did it because I was done with the bunny, because you do not want to mix, like put your Copic on top of that. It can ruin your markers, so just be careful about that. So see, now it looks like you have an extra line in green there. I will put the gel pen, but after I'm done with him, because I don't want to ruin my markers. So my little fox is gonna have a green shirt. So G29, under the color it's going to be darker. Actually, that whole part is going to be pretty dark. A little bit of arm here, and let's not forget under the book he still has that. So there's not much, like there's not much room to put color on the fox. So G28. So let's put some more color. I won't put it everywhere because I won't have room to put it. G24. So extend here again. That little piece that's missing. Like that. And finish with G21 here. And like I say, if you're not happy with your blending, you can always go back. So you have the little fox. Oops, and I forgot his little sleeve here to finish. Like that. And since he's all done, what I'm gonna do is, you see how like his like the highlight on his nose kind of got lost. So white gel pen, ta-da, done. Too easy. So bunny done, fox done. So we have the tiny, well, the little squirrel. What I'm gonna do, I want him gray, I don't want him black. And I'm using my W's again. W's is more of a warm tone, so that's what I'm using. So I'm gonna use W7 because W9 is really dark. W5, W3, and whoops, W1. So like you see, like his tail is curving, and I don't want to lose that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put like dark color here, but I won't put it here, like, because now I'm gonna lose him, like the shape of his tail. Now I have W5. The first color was W7. So extending. W3. And W1. Just fill this space that's not and obviously it won't blend on the other side because I have the darkest next to the lightest, but it's on purpose to have that highlight there. And I know it looks like kind of plasticky, but we can fix that, like I told you, with the eraser at the end. So I'm gonna do is little hand and feet, so you barely need anything here. So that's W7, and I'll go W3, and for his feet there's not much else that can fit this arm either. And that's W1. So his little face. So again, darker here. Under his nose, but it's very close to the color I'm using already, so I won't put it under his nose because you're gonna lose the detail. So that's W5. start putting a little bit of color. W3. Yeah, I have two W3. I have a newer one that sometimes works better, sometimes not. Oh, let's try to, I forgot W5 here. It's going to be really hard to go from W7 to W3. So go back with my W3, sorry about that. And I'll go back with that blend because I'm not happy with it. So that's W1 for the finish here. So I'm taking W5. I won't go back to the darkest. And W3. And W1. It's like he has a big come over over his eyes there. I'm just gonna close my markers here, and I can't remember who didn't see like the trick, but what I'm gonna do is he has like gray in his eyes, so what I'm gonna do is I use the colorless blender and I push it outwards, like I don't want it in the eye, so I push that way. And then what I do is I take the heat gun and heat it up. Usually I go like this on. And I look when it's not transparent anymore, that means that it's dry. So that pretty much disappear in the other eye. Now I'm doing the same thing. And as you can see, it's like there wasn't anything in his eyes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the dark of his eye darker or blacker, and then put back the gel pen for it the highlight in his eye. There we go. And the Stardust. Hey Jenny, thank you. And I'm just gonna put it over the line of, because glitter is always better. There you go. So you have all three done. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give myself more room, and I'll also try to oh my gosh, that's, I'm just trying to zoom out. There we go. So you can see all of them, and you can see a little bit what I'm doing. So what I'm gonna do is, first of all, I want to put some sentiment. And this set, it's called Christmas Seals. I wasn't too sure about it at first, but there's great big sentiment, but the little ones are perfect for tags. And this one, Merry Everything, I just think it's awesome. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the sentiment, a different one on each one of them, and then after that I'm gonna use a stencil, and then I'm gonna cut them in funky shape. So I'm using Wicked Black, the Wicked Black here, and whoa. So I'm just putting like Wicked Black on actually everything, but okay. Trying to remove the cat hair, which is an impossible task. So marry everything. And obviously I had a cat hair, but we have to live with it. So, or I have anyway. Just cleaning it up the side. And then I'm gonna use which one? I'm gonna use Happy Christmas and Happy Holidays. They're so cute. So that's the Happy Christmas. I could use my Misty, but I would have to get it out. So a little bit Merry Christmas here. There you go. And for the last one, I'm gonna use, first of all, I have to find it. Oh gosh. Just seem to have like too much stuff. Like I'm usually very organized. I hate when it's messy and I have like a million things on my desk, and that's the way it is right now. So sorry for all the noises. So that's gonna be the Happy Holiday with my little bunny, and the writing is so delicate. It's really nice. So Happy Holiday. You go. And like I say, it would do a better job with Misty or a stem positioning system. So now they have their sentiment stamp from the Christmas seals. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the brick wall stencil and the perfect Plaid. So first of all, I think for the little fox, and don't forget to put your mask, because I do that all the time. I have a mask and I don't use it, and then I just so pissed off. 1 foot square to create, oh my gosh, I would just go bananas. I have a really hard time. But on my, like, I'm lucky I have a really big table, because like my cat's bed is actually on it. So yeah, the Christmas seal is awesome. So I just put the mask there. Then I'm gonna put my magnets, tuck. And what I do is, the way I set it up is behind every one of my like minis, I put a little pad, and that's just a champagne something or other, like a cork, and I just put Velcro on it, and then ta-da, I have every one of my inks have their like own little thing, and it goes really, it fits nicely in the little box too and everything. So that's granite gray, and I don't want it so dark in the middle, because I still want to see obviously the sentiment. So what I do is that, like, when you start obviously you have more color, and then you can go in the middle. It's going to be very faint, but it's still going to be there. And I didn't decide like how I gonna cut it yet. Like right now I was just like very minimal cutting. So I'm just gonna leave it like with a little bit of texture and everything like that. And I'm gonna add a little bit of red also, just like for like brick red. I already have red on my sponge, so I don't want it dark, so I'll just like go some spot and that's it, like that. So it's not very dark or anything, but it gives a nice effect. So let's remove it. Ta-da! So, and it's kind of floating. So the good thing about going with like with the hybrid inks that you can get at the Kraftin Kimmie is it doesn't matter, it doesn't affect the Copics. So you can go afterwards and use it, and it's like you won't ruin your markers. So just a little bit of W3 just to like anchor him so he's not like floating or something. I mean, he could, but so what I'm gonna do is next I'm gonna use the Plaid stencil. And the fun thing about the Plaid stencil, if you put it this way, it's gonna be like on an angle, but if you put it this way, it's actually gonna be straight. So it really works in like a bunch of different ways. It's awesome. So right now I'm just making this switcheroo with my bottles and my ink. So, oh, and can't forget the little mask. I might run a little bit over the time. So, a little bunny here. Here you go. And I'll do it crooked. Oh, not crooked, like it's just slanted, right? And what you can do is you can actually do two colors. Like if you're somewhat careful, like I'm gonna use like put ink just in that sense, like in that direction, I mean, and I won't do all of the lines. Whoops, and obviously always happens with me. It's supposed to hold with the magnet, but I still managed to move it. I think it's because I'm trying to hurry. There you go. And then what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna take the red and I'm gonna go the other way. And oh gosh, okay. It did work wonderfully when I tried earlier. Okay. Don't trust the magnets. So I'm just gonna remove the mask if I can. Oh god, there we go. Little guy like that. And I'm just gonna clean very quickly my perfect Plaid stencil. Actually, I think that's like the Nouveau stamping solution. I think it was Carrie that mentioned it, and I just got it like I think yesterday, and it works perfectly. It's awesome. Because if you don't clean it, what happens is that it kind of gets reactivated by the previous color. So if you had like black and you're going with a light color, your light color is gonna pick up the black. So I always try to clean it between thing. I tape my paper down and use 2, 3, 4 magnet. Yeah, I should too, really. Oh, I think what's going on is I have like that extra paper and that's the one moving. Like I said, I usually don't like work that messy. So, no. 3 out of 3, I didn't forget the mask. That's a miracle. Let's remove the cat here. Okay. And this time we're gonna do it straight. And holding it also at the same time. So I'll try again to do that. So with the green. And let's go. Cat hair had texture. Yeah, I have texture everywhere, I swear. Oh my gosh. And he's been really quiet. He's actually like sleeping beside me. Usually like he's gonna go for like a little chat or something. See, that one should be better. There we go. And that's the other one, so just gonna move things away a bit. I know like it's 2 o'clock too, not 2 o'clock, it's 8 o'clock. So what I was saying about like the eraser, you just actually go right on top of it. Like for when it's really shiny, your marker, it's like it's piling, the paper is not able to take anymore and it disappears. It works really, really well as a trick. And some of my very dark color, like the reds and the brown, for some reason, I have issues. So it works awesome with those. So I have those 3. Right now, like I think they're a bit big for stamp. Not for stamp, but for tags. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut them a little bit more. So I'll move that out of the way. And I have my 3 tags here. That's my little cutter. So, and like I say, you can do any kind of shape whatsoever. It's really up to you. And there's like really no rhyme or reason. Like I just go whatever way. For this one, I actually kind of like the flag-ish part, so I'll leave that, and then I'll just cut it a little bit elsewhere. So, hey, another one. Yeah, the fun part is that it's so easy to do, right? And what I had issues before is like I didn't put the sentiment first, so I never had enough room for it. So that's why this time I figure, bah, might as well like put it first. So like that. And I'll leave that one kind of big because I can. So now the matting, it would be really hard, but what I do is I kind of cheat. So now I have to have like pieces of paper, like they're just like extras or stuff, and then I actually glue it. Like I just use my runner here. So glue. And since I have like two edges that are like straight here, what I'm gonna do is I glue it, and I take my cutter again, and I just follow and that gives me like one side, and I do that for every pieces. And try not to cut your fingers. That wouldn't be good. Oops. Like that. So you have a little like tag done. What I do after that, I use a I can't pronounce that either, and then just put a hole, and then I would put a ribbon. What I'm gonna do is, like, it's the same principle for the two other ones. I just gonna put some stickles around the edge to show you how I do it, and I won't complete the two other ones. Like, I will, but not on the camera, just so like it's gonna be a little bit shorter. So I have that. What I do is I use like that stickles, and I take the edge of the paper as a guide, so I see it coming and I just follow around the edge like that, and that makes like a perfect, very fine line. Like sometimes obviously like it doesn't dispense like perfectly, but it's pretty good. And I've been doing that for a long time, so I know I make it like look very easy. But obviously, like everything else, when you practice makes better. And the last one. So, and also, oh yeah, Krafty, thanks for reminding me, Sheila. I had them like right beside me, so ready to go. Love, love, love the dots. So I think it needs a little bit of pop. So let's put, like, that's from the the holiday dots. That was in September. Thanks, Sheila. Let's put some here because the ribbon's gonna be on top. So yeah, the dots, like I would put them on everything. It's like some people with ketchup. So, and I'm mixing, this one is the festive dot from October. So I'll just put 2 this time. Like that. And then, like I say, oh yeah, the dots, like they're my favorite. Like, I mean, I love the stamps, I love the stencil, but I'm a dot freak. So that's the little, like, this one is completed. Like I say, I will finish those two like as soon as I'm done like with the video, and I will like post the video with the pictures with the finished product. So thank you for following me. Sorry, like I was a little bit late and I kind of really screw up at the beginning, but I hope you had fun and you learned something. So I'll see you around. Bye.